Hey guys, back with another vlog. It is my 4th day in Tokyo and we have a jam-packed day. We are looking at Sensoji Shrine, apologies if I'm butchering that, as well as completing some shopping, enjoying lots of delicious food, and we even get to see some retired sumo wrestlers with an interactive performance later on. So keep an eye out for that. As you can see, it's super busy here, even though it's quite early in the morning, but nonetheless, still stunning. The camera doesn't exactly do it justice, but this was so pretty, particularly in autumn, with all of the leaves changing colour and kind of matching the shrine. This whole alley kind of leads to the main temple at the back. As you can see here, this is more of the main temple. So now we're in the main part of the temple. As you can see, there's some kind of smoking ceremony going on. We didn't do a guided tour through this, so my understanding of it all is a little bit lower than what I would like, but there was lots of people dressing up in the traditional gowns, which were really cool to see. Also, people were waving the smoke around themselves. I imagine something similar to the Indigenous Australian ceremonies before going inside the temple to pray and donate. We are back with another Gonshuin book for the calligraphy at each shrine and temple. Now we're heading into the sumo wrestling part. We were given food upon entry, which was really, really good. And then we were able to watch and interact with the show, which was great. Before introducing the 2 retired sumo wrestlers, we learnt a little bit around the background of the sport and the cultural significance of the sport in Japan before introducing the wrestlers and letting them take over the show. As you can probably hear in the background, these are one of the very common and most important drills in sumo wrestling. These are done hundreds of times daily.
So they do about 300 times shiko in the beginning and over 100 times at the end of the training. And moves forward with keeping his feet touching on the ground. To be a strong wrestler, it is important to keep balance low during the match. So shiko and suriyashi are very basic but important exercise things to begin and end every day to keep both balance right. So butsukari geko is the last of the daily training, but it's very hard. Of all the exercise during morning practice, this butsukari geko is the most important practice to be a strong sumo wrestler. It is important for not only the wrestler who is pushing, like Golden, but also the wrestler who is receiving, like Joe.
From here, for a bit of fun, they started to get people in from the crowd or volunteers to have a go at some of the drills, and later on you'll see people going in to try and beat them in a match.
Use your head.
It's not even trying.
After the sumo wrestling finished, we went back to the shrine that we were at earlier, as there was lots of shopping. Both Luke and I really wanted to get some knives to take home, as well as getting them for presents for our family. There are knife shops everywhere, so as you can see, there is a large range of high quality knives available in different shapes, sizes and colours, and obviously prices. Thankfully, we were able to get our names engraved on the knives in Japanese for free. And you can see here that Luke also did some other shopping for watches today. We spent the rest of the day just enjoying some food, walking around before heading back home before another big day tomorrow. This meal was about 25 Australian dollars. We got this giant bowl of soup here, as well as some gyoza and half a plate of rice on the side. Both delicious, very tasty and traditional, as well as being pretty cheap for the amount of food that we were given. If you're still here, thank you for sticking around. Stay tuned for tomorrow's adventures, where we are doing a samurai experience, as well as getting to dress up and learn a little bit more about Japan's culture.